Hey, it's Mr. Snyder from the library. I wanted to give you some help today on how to use EasyBib. EasyBib is a great service that will make your MLA citations for you. So whether you're citing a book or a newspaper or a website, you can always go to a source like EasyBib and be able to make those citations very easily. Frankly, I like using EasyBib because, as the name suggests, it's easy and it actually does a lot of the work for you. There are other citation generators out there as well. Nightsite is also a popular one. You do have to type in a lot of information for those sites. So you might try using EasyBib if you want to get something quick and easy and actually have something that works really well for you. Now, all the information I'm going to share today is also on Haiku along with this video. If you go to my IMS library page and click on Get Information and then go to EasyBib Help, you'll see a graphic that walks you through everything that I'm going to share. To get to EasyBib, you just go through Internet Explorer and you go to www.easybib.com, and this is what EasyBib looks like. Across the top, you see that there's lots of little things that you could click on to get some help, but you want to pay attention to this area right here in the middle. And for EasyBib, it tells you that you can either cite a website or a book or a newspaper or a journal or a database. There's also this link here that gives you lots of other options of things that you could cite. For this video, I'm just going to show you how to cite a book and how to cite a website. Another piece of advice about EasyBib, when you start a new citation, you want to click in the top left-hand corner on the EasyBib link. That will sort of reset the page and get it back to the best way to use. So if things aren't working for you, make sure you just click on EasyBib in the top left-hand corner and then start there. The other piece of advice I will tell you is to make sure that you've clicked on the type of source that you're actually going to cite. So if you're citing a book, make sure you click on book first, and if you're citing a website, make sure you click on website. When I click this EasyBib link, the default is always go back to website. So the first rule with EasyBib is that you want to make sure you choose the correct book with the correct information. What I mean by that is when I type in a book to search in EasyBib to cite, it will sometimes give me multiple options of things that it could cite. You just want to verify that the book that you're trying to cite is the one that EasyBib gives you. For any book, when you cite it, you're going to type in the ISBN. The ISBN is the International Standard Barcode Number. It's usually found on the back of the book. Sometimes it's found on the inside cover if you don't find it. Usually it's in one of those two places. So for Rome and the Ancient World, I actually find it right here on the back. And I'm going to take that number and I'm going to type it into EasyBib to search for it. Now, like I said, when you search for EasyBib, you want to make sure you click on the right type of source you're citing. So I'm going to click on book first. I'm going to type in my ISBN number, hit enter. And then, fortunately for me, it only brought up one book, Rome and the Ancient World. And I can just do a very quick check to make sure that's the right book. Rome and the Ancient World is what it's called. It says the author is Mike Corbichelli. If I go to those inside couple of pages, I'll see that the publisher is Facts on File, and it was published in 1993. So that's my correct book. With EasyBib, then I just need to click on Select. And here's where I really like using EasyBib. If there are any issues with the book, meaning that it did not know how to cite something, those will be displayed here in red. So I don't see anything red right now. It's got the title, the author, the publication information. It all looks great. So all I need to do now is click on Create Citation, and EasyBib will generate a citation for me. So here's the citation I want, Mike Corbichelli's Rome and the Ancient World. So that's the first thing, and that was a pretty easy book to use. Let's try something that might be just a little bit harder. Sometimes if you have a book that's part of a volume, like a multi-volume series, you want to make sure that you are also checking for the correct volume of a series. So I used the book called The Ancient Civilization. There were multiple volumes for it. Let's say I used volume 1 or volume 2. So I'm going to take that same ISBN that I found on the back or the inside cover, and I'm going to also put that into EasyBib. So when I go back to EasyBib, I want to get it set to do a new search. So I can click on EasyBib in the top left-hand corner. I also want to click on book because I'm still citing a book, and I'll type in the ISBN for my multi-volume work, hit enter again, and this time I actually get multiple choices. So I just have to look at the cover of the book and see which one matches it the best. And if I look at the cover here, Ancient Civilization, that's really all it says. It has my author and my contributors and all that information. I think the one up here at the top, actually, I think the one, at the top is going to be my best one, Ancient Civilizations by Judson Knight, Stacy McConnell, all those contributing authors. Then I'll click Select. Again, I'm going to look for anything that comes up in red. Notice how it puts all the authors in there for me. It puts the title here that all looks good. But because I'm using a multi-volume work, I might need to add in advanced info. And I used volume 1 of that series. So I'm going to type in a 1 right there. I'll click Create Citation. And now it puts in my citation right here. Notice also that EasyBib is building a bibliography for me, putting all the sources I used right down here at the bottom. Another type of source you will probably want to cite is a website. Websites are a little bit harder in EasyBib because websites typically need a lot of information from you. So I'm going to cite this website, ancientegypt.org. Ancient Egypt is a great place to go to get information about, well, ancient Egypt. And if I bring up ancient Egypt for you, let me show you what it looks like right there. The ancient Egypt website gives you information about history, about monuments, all kinds of things. And let's say for my research, I used a little bit from each one of these pages. So I'm pretty confident that for my citation, I can just cite the entire website. So I'm going to go back to EasyBib. And because it's a website, remember that's the default for EasyBib. So I'm going to copy my URL. I'm going to go into here. I'm going to paste my URL. And I'm going to click on Cite This. EasyBib is going to think. And here's where I'm going to see that information needs to be modified. Remember, anything that needs to be changed is always going to show up for you in red. And this is saying that I need to fix the contributor, the publisher or sponsor, and the date something was electronically published. So EasyBib is actually requiring a lot more information from me. Well, the good news is that EasyBib also tells you which information is optional. Anything with this word remove at the end of it means it's optional, means that you don't have to include that with an MLA citation. But if you don't see remove after it, it means you actually have to find that information. So I need to find the publisher and sponsor, and I need to find when it was electronically published or when it was last updated. So I'll go back to the Ancient Egypt site. Usually the publisher and the date of last update, you can most likely find at the bottom of a page. This says right here that the date of last update was June 8th, 2013. I'm not seeing the name of a sponsor though. It just gives me the name of the website again, and that it was by Jack Kinnear. Well, Jack Kinnear is maybe the author, but he's not the publisher or sponsor. And if I can click on his name, I can read a little bit more about him and see if he gives the name of the sponsor for this site. I'm actually not really seeing anything about it. So MLA has a rule that I can follow if I can't find the name of the sponsor of this website. But I do have the date it was last updated, June 8th, 2013. So I can come back to EasyBib and I can put in 8 June 2013. And if I can't find a publisher or sponsor, what I can type in is a capital N period followed by a lowercase p and another period, which means no publisher, meaning no publisher was listed. And right here it's actually telling me a little bit of information about that. So I don't have to deal with the contributors one because it says remove. I said I could not find the publisher or sponsor, and I showed the date it was electronically published. So now I can just click on Create Citation, and this will translate that into a website citation for me. It is important to actually show the URL for our website. Because I forgot to click on that, I can come back and click on Edit Citation. And then I can say, yes, include the URL for the website right here. And then I'll do Update Citation one more time. And now I have a full citation with the name, with the date it was last updated, showing I could not find the sponsor, and with the URL as well. And like I said, my bibliography has been built down here for me because EasyBib is a really useful service like that. In fact, what I can do now is I can say export that bibliography as a Word document, and in just a couple of seconds it'll give me the option to open up my Word document, and now I have a really good start of a Works Consulted page coming up in Microsoft Word. I would have to do a little formatting, like change the title. If I'm doing annotations, I have to add the annotations in here, and I can include all the information that I want. So that's my guidelines on how to use EasyBib. If you need any more help, you can always go check for the page on Haiku. This is what it looks like right here. And you can see that it gives you lots of guidelines on how to use EasyBib, how to deal with the things that come up in red, and also how to include information if there's no publisher or sponsor. If you need any other help, please feel free to email or stop by the library. Thanks very much.